Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ada. So I am back with another episode of self-care, okay? So today I'm going to give you guys some self-care tips. And I like to use myself as an example, and so my self-care tips are usually things that I have experienced myself. So this one, I experienced frozen shoulder, okay? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but there is such thing as a frozen shoulder, and I experienced it a couple years ago when I started feeling pain on my shoulders. And initially I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe I slept wrong, maybe I was laying on my on my arm, and so now it hurts. So I was trying to give it time to get better, but instead of getting better, it kept getting worse. So, so bad that I couldn't sleep at night. So, I would just, because, at night when you're resting, when your body's at rest, if you have any type of pain, that's when you feel it the most. So at night when I'm sleeping, I can't sleep because it hurts so bad. So things would be, and then of course I'm worried, I'm thinking the worst case scenario. What could this be? Is it arthritis? Is it, this? Is it that? I was really freaking out. So I decided to go ahead and call to make a doctor's appointment. And, I made an appointment, but when I got there, it wasn't a doctor's appointment. It was a class that they signed me up for. So, and then there were a bunch of other people there who had the same symptoms that I had. So, to my pleasant surprise, I was not gonna, go through an X-ray or MRI or, because that's what I was expecting, that I was gonna have to, go through X-ray or MRI or a CAT scan to see what was going on. But it wasn't that. It was a class to teach us what was going on. And there were a bunch of other people, like I said, and they all had the same or similar symptoms that I was having. And so they had us all describe what we were feeling and then describe what we were doing around the time that we started experiencing that pain. And come to find out, a lot of people got this pain from different things. Some people got it from an injury. They were exercising or something and strained their shoulder, or they were doing some kind of sport and overstretched their shoulder and it got hurt. So basically, the bottom line is there's an injury there where the joints meet, the arm and the shoulder joints meet. So it freezes or it swells up and it freezes. And so when you try to move it, it hurts. It's painful, because it's a swollen joint. So that's what it was. And so I was excited and relieved to hear that that's all it was. And there was a treatment for it. And the treatment is just exercise. So they taught us the different exercises that we could do to start to relieve the pain, and the swelling, it will start to go away gradually. But this is a gradual, thing. I was at a point I couldn't raise my shoulder past my arm, past like this. Like if I needed to get something up here, like I couldn't do that because I just couldn't lift it past this point because it froze. If you try to move it, higher than this, it hurts excruciatingly. And, so they taught us the exercise to do, and then they gave us a pamphlet of these exercises that we must do, plus icing it, and that it will, go away gradually. And lo and behold, I took those pamphlets home and started doing those exercises, and it worked. It went away after, because I had that pain for about 6 months, but it took about 3 months or so for it to go away completely, with the exercises and the icing and stuff. So I was pleasantly relieved, and I'm sure the other people were too. But they had different people. Somebody was skiing and they hurt themselves, or they were trying to swing or something, they overstretched, and it so it hurt the joint here. So that's the bottom line, is that you got injury. And I got mine from overuse of my arms like this, because I was in a master's program and I was constantly on the computer because it was a hybrid course, and which means we go to class sometimes and then you do most of the work online. well, all the work was online. So I was always typing or always researching stuff. So my arms were always like this, almost 24/7, because I wanted to get really good grades, and so I was like just doing this all the time. You know, sometimes I'm up till 2, 3 a.m. still doing work after doing it all day. You know, so I totally understood why my shoulder froze, and it was on one side. It wasn't both sides. It was mainly on this side. But of course, you know, when you have pain, you know, it sometimes radiates to the other side, but this was where the pain really was. Although sometimes I felt like maybe I have it over here too, you know. But it was mainly here, and you know, after doing the exercises, everything went away completely. So my point is this, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys the exercises that I did so that when you experience such pain, you don't freak out like I freaked out, okay? So that's why this is a self-care tip, just to teach you guys, you know, what to be aware of. If you start to experience something like that, don't freak out. You're not dying, most likely. It's, you know, a frozen shoulder. So you think back to what you were doing or what might have caused it, and you can, you know, relieve yourself of the stress of thinking the worst thing, you know, or worst case scenario. All right, so here's the video of what exercises to do if you start experiencing those symptoms. So now, I'm not saying that every frozen shoulder is caused by, you know, injury, or you should still also seek your doctor's attention. But if you're in a situation where you don't have access to a doctor, or you can at least try that and see if it helps you, okay? Because I had somebody who called me up and was asking me, and they really didn't have any means of seeing the doctor. They were just complaining to me, and I remembered. I was like, oh, I had that problem before, and this is what I did. And that's why I actually got the idea to do this as a self-care tip video. All right, so I hope this is helpful to you. If you are experiencing such a problem, you can try these things, you know. So here's the video, but before you watch the video, please give me a thumbs up and like my video, subscribe, and comment, okay? Thank you. Here's the video. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful to you. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more tips like this, okay? All right, take care now. Bye-bye.